we drove by. The cab driver was African, and his radio kept up a soft, unbroken stream of talk, words I couldn't understand. A few times he chuckled, so whatever was going on must have been funny. He let me out at the chipped stone steps of Midtown South. I overtipped him. I was thinking what it must be like to grow up in a sun-scorched African village and find yourself driving a cab through the night streets of New York. Inside, the desk sergeant directed me through the glaring fluorescent lights and across the scuffed vinyl tile to the second floor, the detective squad room. Two men sat at steel desks, one on the phone, the other typing. A third man, at the room's far end, punched buttons on an unresponsive microwave. Fuck this thing," the button puncher said without rancor, trying another combination. "It's fucked. You break it again?" The typist, a bald-headed black man, spoke without looking up. "Hagstrom?" I asked from the doorway. The guy at the microwave turned, said, "Me. You're Smith?" I nodded. He was a big, sloppy man in a pretty bad suit. He didn't have a lot of hair, but what he had needed a trim. "You know how to work these things?" he asked me. "Try fast forward." The typist snorted. Screw it," Hagstrom said, abandoning the microwave, crossing the room with a long, loose-jointed stride. "Doctor says I should lay off the burritos anyway. Come with me." I followed him into the corridor, around a corner, into a small, stale-smelling room. It was empty and dim. The only light came from the one-way mirror between this room and the next, where a big kid rested his head on his arms at a scarred and battered table. 2 Coke cans, an empty Fritos bag, and a ring-ding wrapper littered the tabletop. Hagstrom flicked a switch, activated the speaker. "Sit up," he said. The kid's head jerked up, and he looked around, blinking. His dark hair was short. He wore jeans, sneakers, a maroon and white varsity jacket with lettering I couldn't make out on the back. They were all filthy. He rubbed a grubby hand down his face, squinted at the glass. "That glass is carefully made. It will show you your own reflection, tell you what's behind you. It hides everything else." Hagstrom switched the speaker off again. "Know him?" "Yeah." Hagstrom waited. "And?" "Gary Russell," I said. "He's 15. Last I heard, he lived in Sarasota, but that was a couple of years ago. What's he doing here?" "You tell me." "I don't know." "What's he to you?" I watched Gary shift uncomfortably in the folding chair they had him on. The knuckles on his left hand were skinned. His jacket had a rip in the sleeve. The dirt on his face didn't hide the bags under his eyes or the exhausted pallor of his skin. As he moved, his hand brushed the Fritos bag, knocked it to the floor. Conscientiously, automatically, he picked it up. I wondered how long it had been since he'd had real food. "He's my sister's son," I said. This small room was too close, too warm, nothing like the crisp fall night the cab had driven through. I unzipped my jacket, took out a cigarette. Hagstrom didn't stop me. "Your sister's son, but you're not sure where he lives?" Hagstrom's eyes were on me. Mine were on Gary. "We don't talk much." Hagstrom held his stare a moment longer. "You want to talk to him?" I nodded. He stepped into the corridor, pointed to a door a few feet away. He backed off, so that I was the only thing Gary saw when I opened the door. Gary stood when I came in, so fast and clumsily his chair clattered over. "Hey!" he greeted me, his fists clenching and opening. "Uncle Bill, how's it going?" He was almost as tall as I was. His eyes were blue, and under his skin you could still see a hint of softness. The child not yet giving way to the man. Otherwise, we looked so much alike that all the mirrors